top 5 hottest sauces. So I'm gonna eat it now, or try to.
There's no way this is working.
At least 3 guys in there.
Alright, Pixel Pack, it's time to look over Protea. Let's get to it. I have 3 builds for you, and a basic build for new players. Our first build is Time Walker. Starting from top left to right, we have Growing Power, Power Drift, Primed Continuity, Primed Flow, Narrow-Minded at 12, Stretch, Transient Fortitude, Intensify, Adaption at 6, and Streamline. For Arcanes, we have Arcane Energize and Arcane Aegis. This build has the longest of duration thanks to Continuity and Narrow-Minded. With the high duration, you'll gain max benefits to Temporal Anchor and Dispensary. It will also help you in managing your shield satellites. For Blaze Artillery, you'll have 11 plasma ammo. That's a lot of shots! The strategy with this build is first cast 2 grenade fans, shield satellites, or shrapnel vortex, depending on what's going on in the mission. Then follow up with a temporal anchor. Right after that, cast down a dispensary. Once you have this base set up, go for the kill. Move into the battle, casting shrapnel vortexes and staggering enemies. Then follow up with Blaze Artillery. Not much will be left after that. Once your temporal timer runs out, you'll teleport back to the dispensary to pick up the energy or health you might need. If you die while fighting, you will return to the dispensary with a good amount of energy and health waiting for you. Keep in mind, every 4th ability that Protea casts gets 100% power strength, a very fun mechanic for this frame. Our second build is called Base Time. Starting from top left to right, we have Growing Power, Power Drift, Primed Continuity, Primed Flow, Augur Message, Equilibrium, Transient Fortitude, Intensify, Adaption at 6, and Streamline. For Arcanes, we have Arcane Energize and Arcane Aegis. This build works the same way Time Walker works, with a bit less duration and a bit more power strength. The key difference is Equilibrium. This build lends to more of an aggressive playstyle, and if you get down during the game, you'll be able to take a bigger advantage of Dispensary, gaining both health and energy from the orbs it drops. This build works very well against Infested, as Toxin is always a problem for low health frames. Our third build, called Timed Nuke. This build buffs the range and drops duration and power strength, fun for lower level missions, and more of a quick run and gun playstyle, relying less on Dispensary. Key note, when playing this build, try to get the 4th cast to be Temporal Anchor. This way you'll get a bigger boom at the end. Build from top left to right: Growing Power, Power Drift, Primed Continuity, Primed Flow, Overextended, Stretch, Transient Fortitude, Intensify, Augur Secrets, and Streamline. For Arcanes, we have Arcane Energize and Arcane Aegis. This build is great for mobile defense, and interception. For weapons, I'm using the new Stotha, Volox, and Strophia.
Oh, wait a minute. The words. Right. Say the words. Klaatu, Veranda. Okay then.
You can check out those builds in the cards above. High damage, quick fire weapons are a great choice to buff Nuke from Temporal Anchor. Our last build is a basic build with no prime mods. This is a solid build for new players to Protea. With that, let's go over our powers in a bit more detail. First up is Grenade Fan. This power is a 2-option tap to launch 3 shrapnel vortexes. You can cast as many of these as you want. They do slash damage and have a base level radius of 4 meters. The base damage is 250 slash. Very nice. If you hold the cast, You launch 3 shield satellites. These boost you and your allies' shields by 500 points at base level and increases the recharge time. This is all buffed by power strength. Her second ability is Blaze Artillery. You can again cast multiples of this. Just remember, you have to cast this while looking at an enemy, as it has a firing arch of 130 degrees. Duration affects the ammo. Each hit increases the damage multiplier. Dispensary is her third ability. Costs 75 at base and has a 25-second duration. The ability also can do extra drops. The base is 25%, but it is affected by power strength. And finally, her fourth, Temporal Anchor. This ability is all to her own. You drop an anchor and then a timer starts. At the end of the time, everything you do is reset. You return to the anchor, your energy, ammo, health, and shields are returned. At the end of the timer, there is also a temporal implosion based on the damage dealt between anchor drop and rewind. This damage is affected by power strength and does blast damage. If you tap the cast button, you will auto a temporal implosion and rewind back to your anchor. You can also hold down the cast button. This ends the effect, and you do not cause a temporal implosion. You don't receive anything back, and the effect just ends. If you take lethal damage, you will rewind back to the temporal anchor. This is why it's good to place a dispensary at the location of your temporal anchor. Now let's give this Protea a run for her money in the simulacre. Also, guys, I'd like to remind everybody we have a Discord channel where we talk a lot about Warframe. The link is in the cards and the description below. Alright, pack, enemy level 150, simulate. First thing we're going to do is cast some grenade fans, and then put down a dispensary and temporal anchor. Jump into there to start fighting. We'll drop some blaze artilleries. You can see the damage, and each one of those increased damage. Let's go after the nullifier. Continue to cast more blaze artilleries. Should have probably thrown another grenade fan. Okay, and boom, there's our first explosion. I'm going to cast another temporal anchor. Now remember, we did that at the exact same place that we have the dispensary, so we know that we're going to be ending up there. Alright. You can see the damage multiplier of the explosion from temporal anchor. And let's see. Recast, finish this. Set up a new base with dispensary and then a new temporal anchor. And it looks like we've pretty much finished everything. Go back to the old one, get energy, and blah, 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 blah. I really like this frame. It's definitely a keeper. Thank you for watching, and remember to hit that like button. And if you want to stay up to date with what Pixel Reboot has to offer, hit that subscribe button. Join our Discord and become part of the Pixel Pack. Talk to you guys later. Bye.